Oh, baby, you better believe it. It's great to be in the Empire today. Wow, CG did something amazing for free-to-play players, especially my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren elitists. Holy cow! The farm for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren just keeps getting better. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Marin's officially in the game. We got a couple little art changes going on. If you care about Wampa, some concerning news about Wampa I want to put on your radar. We're going to talk about the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren farm. Preparation for the Crate Dragon right now. The Tuscans are now starting to be farmed with the brand new Tuscan Chieftain. And also, I want to talk a little bit about Admiral Trench and something about Grand Arena that I've been noticing lately and have been talking about in past streams. I'm thinking we're going to see an expansion sometime soon. And I think Trench will become a little bit more love. Let's talk about all that right here, right now, ladies and gentlemen. You know, speaking of Trench, Gary, can you just roll? Yeah, let's go ahead. In case you missed the other day, I did a little bit of a stream since we couldn't stream the other day because of internet problems. They're doing some Trench testing on defense. Long story short, you know, it doesn't seem to be a hot character. It just seems to be okay. I have a bit of a soft spot for characters that lift up unused characters and new factions. So I'm a little bit biased in that regard, but that doesn't mean I'm crazy about the character. I'm hoping this first week at Grand Arena, we're going to see Trench be a little bit more appealing. I placed him on defense, a little bit concerned with putting Admiral Trench with Wat Tambor in defense. We'll have to wait and see. And of course, Territories gameplay will come around whenever Territories comes back into the fold of things, and I'm sure Trench is going to be a lot more impressive. Let's hold that discussion more towards the end, because there's also some weird bug stuff going on. First thing I want to bring up on your radar, new update here today. People have been asking me, people have been excited and pumped. When's Marin coming? Well, the update officially added Marin, the Star Wars Galaxy Spheres today. However, you can't start unlocking her until tomorrow. Marquee event comes out tomorrow. Of course, I hear there's like this Kyber Empire. It has a video game division, and the Emperor of that Kyber Empire is also the director of the video game division. I hear it's pretty great being the Empire today to check out this Marin. So hope to see you guys tomorrow. We will be testing out Marin. Really excited to see what she's going to bring to the Night Sister faction. On top of that, we got a couple little art changes I wasn't expecting it. Talia got a little bit of a facelift on her. I know some people say it doesn't look right. You know, I think it looks better than before. And then Night Sister Zombie also got a little bit of a touch up. It's more cohesive with the look that we saw in Jedi Fallen Order rather than the Clone Wars, which was the previous model. So little minor things on that. What I want to bring up here before we start, so I've got some worrying stuff about Wampa and Grand Arena and whatnot. There's some updates that I think it's also important to put on your radar. So we had an update today. Really excited to get Marin again. A little minor tidbit we saw for the first time yesterday. They called out what used to be Cal Kestis Survivor. That's going to be the Journey event coming up. They are now officially announcing it as Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. So that's going to be the character. I think it's a little bit better than Cal Kestis Survivor. I think it sounds a little bit cooler in my opinion. But holy cow, guys, this is freaking amazing. Check this out. Two amazing things. I'm going to talk about what I care about most because I'm such a big advocate for this. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, one of the best things you can do as a new player, early farming guide type of stuff. They just made it easier, and boy, am I jealous of you folks starting your Supreme Leader Kylo Ren journey. They just moved some shards around in order to make Tuscan Chieftain, who's officially farmable on Darkside 6C. Get this. You're going to get two Tuscans for the price of one. You're going to get Tuscan Raider and Tuscan Chieftain on the same exact farming location with the Crate Dragon raid sometime coming soon. We're supposed to get like another road ahead or something this month discussing the future of the Crate Dragon raid in a bit more detail. So we're starting to get that forward momentum on farming these Tuscans, and they're going to be obviously very important for this Crate Dragon raid. And the Crate Dragon raid's partially the reason why we're delaying our farming guide for 2023. Speaking of farming guide 2023, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. This benefits Supreme Leader Kylo Ren because of these new shard additives that they put out there. The problem is Sith Trooper is getting a little cluttered. So to make life a lot easier, check this out. Sith Trooper shards are now alongside First Order Stormtrooper. Holy moly, Mazza frickin' Choli. Check it out. 2-for-1 hard node special. I'm already kind of a big hater of hard nodes, but I love it when they put two great things that also kind of go hand in hand in one. So if you're someone that's farming Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, or you're planning on too soon, this is amazing right there. Fantastic stuff to see. Some other things going on here. They fixed some TIE Reaper sub, Jenner sub, Grand Inquisitor, some very minor things. However, there's something that's not on this that I didn't even realize until I was reading some comments. Apparently, there's like a Wampa issue going on. I did not know this. I'm already kind of in the spot where I'm not using Wampa that much in Kyber 1. People really designed their defenses to kind of box out Wampa. Maybe we're not going to have that problem as much in our last point of conversation here. But here we're seeing people reporting that the Mon Mothma, Grievuses, no Datacrons are tearing through their Wampa. And people are saying this looks to be a bug. I can't find anything in regards to CG confirming it's about, but look at this. I also lost the Mon Mothma for the first time in over a year this week, twice. And mine is Relic 7 decent mods with the Datacron. And then we had other folks like Admiral Webb said, is the Omicron not working correctly? Because this literally just happened to me and I was super. Relic 5 Kyle took it one turn with his saber toss and he killed my Relic 5 Wampa. Didn't seem possible. So if you're someone like that, you might want to kind of voice your concern that, yeah, Wampa seems a little bit off. I think a lot of you guys will probably have a bit more variable feedback because I don't see Mon Mothma on defense. I don't really see Grievous on defense without Datacron. So I haven't been really using Wampa as much to really notice this, but I'm seeing a lot of people say Wampa's not looking good. And Wampa's like one of the most popular Grand Arena Omicrons. So CG, fix your game! Let me know down below if you're having issues. And if you are planning on using Wampa, be keen to the fact that you might have a harder time. I don't exactly know what the issue is going on here. It seems like maybe the Omicron's not turning on. That might be possible because I'm seeing also reports that like Tuscan Raider Omicron still is bugged to this day. Not a good look. Omicrons are high value things. People put a lot of resources and time to garner them, especially free to play. You got to respect the investment by making sure it actually works. Unless CG's finally admitting that Savage is supreme in the game. Whole different point of conversation. Speaking of bugs, I want to go to our last point of conversation that I have here for you guys. Man, I'm feeling the goosebumps. Really excited to get played with Marin tomorrow. Night Sisters, man, I think they're in for a lot of love. But I want to talk about this character before we kind of fall too far behind on this conversation. So Admiral Trench obviously was the newest toy to be unlocked this weekend. You know, initial impression of the community is like, it's not great. Again, it's only squadron testing. Let's wait till Grand Arena. I'm sure Datacrons will maybe make things work in favor with the Admiral Trench. And of course, we've got to wait for Territory Wars to really see the full potential. It could just very well be this is really meant to be a Territory War thing. That's it. It's kind of cool seeing at least bring Newt and the other gang members to a decent level. They can kind of beat Commander Luke Skywalker. No Datacrons, of course. Defensive gameplay hasn't been too impressive, and this is us fighting a Datacron Trench without a Datacron on my side. Seems pretty easily beaten. I'm kind of hoping I'm a little bit more impressed going into this first week of Grand Arena. Time will tell. But one thing that could be impacting this negatively, although it says net positive, I'm gonna say it's a net negative. This is already bugged. This character has been in game for at least 3 months. I'm sure they had, they did all their kit stuff, development stuff before, and so they had time to fix this, but he's not calling people in to assist appropriately. This is supposed to be a mass swarm ability. Call all other non-droids except his allies to assist. So it should be calling Count Dooku, Jango, Newt, Wat Timbor for the assist. Problem is, it's not, or even G Nosins. You can call in G Nosins for assist. They're not. They're only calling in the person in the second slot on the team to assist. So I guess one thing to point out there, if you are planning on putting Trench on defense, or if you are planning on using Trench in offense, to maximize this, put like Jango or Dooku, whatever you want, in that second slot. CG, fix your game! Come on, you had so many months. Conquest characters kind of deserve a little bit more attention than your average run-of-the-mill thing, and you have time to look at it. But to be fair, Reva was bugged too. And they had a lot more time to fix that. So this could maybe, if they fix this, or when they fix this, should be fixed. Maybe that's going to impact our opinion a bit more. Missing out on a swarm attack. Imagine bounty hunters not able to call in the assist with Grief Karga or Bosk. Kind of a big deal, right? Those assists really go the distance. But what I really want to talk about is this. This Trench situation reminds me of one particular situation. Remember the last Conquest unit? I was kind of like, I don't quite understand this ship that much. And I'm sure you're gonna sit there a minute, and because you watch every one of my videos, every second you leave likes on all my videos, you kind of know the drill. Ships. Remember when we had the TIE Interceptor come out? We didn't have the fleet section of Grand Arena expanded, and there really wasn't the point to have the Interceptors. Like, oh, I don't get it. It's a very niche, small meta Well, very shortly after, they expanded the Grand Arena for to accommodate for ships. But that's only one thing that's kind of on my mind with Trench, because right now Trench, yeah, he seems, you know, maybe a decent, you know, but where do I put him? We're at a point right now in Kyber 1, it's not a problem for everyone, where I'm starting to have a lot of teams left over. And it's like, wow, I didn't use my Sana. Whoa, I didn't use my Tuscans. I didn't use my Imperial Troopers, and I'm still like full shot, one-shotting full clear my opponents. And one of the best indications, besides just having a lot of top-tier leftover teams on offense, defense. Once you start seeing people do uber hybrid teams, Rey is such a good indicator. Last time, before we had our last Grand Arena character team expansion, Rey was doing some nutty stuff, Beskar, Mando, Dashrandar, something crazy like that. So it's a very good indication that, you know, it might be time for an expansion based off just how Rey is. And right now we're seeing some stuff with like Zori, Cal Kestis, and some resistance stuff all merged into one. And that's kind of what we're seeing the Grand Arena meta go into. But the point I'm getting at here, if you're someone, and I know a lot of people, kind of myself, are like kind of meh, lukewarm on Trench, it could be that way, just it's going to be a meh team for Grand Arena. But it could be kind of like the Interceptor, where we get to a point and it's like, huh, I don't really need this team. It could be to a point where, huh, I really need to start using this team. And that might be like how the Interceptor was. It wasn't really a needed ship. And now Interceptor, I love the ship, and that's because they just expanded things a little bit. I don't know. It's just a feeling I have. Not sure if it's actually going to happen, but it's just one of those things just based off Trench and Rey and my leftover teams I have in offense. It seems to be a Kyber 1 thing where an expansion is, you know, maybe something that CG might be considering, because when you expand the meta, more teams become important. Imagine how many more teams will become important because they're expanding things. Wampa's going to become a lot more important to me because most people are designing their Grand Arena defense around making sure Wampa can't get through. I haven't been using Imperial Troopers that much. I hate to say it. Like, once that happens, you know, there's not enough teams for them to fight because everyone's boxing them out. A lot of anti-Terminator high-speed things going on out there. And once you stop using Imperial Troopers in Grand Arena, is it even Grand Arena anymore? Those are the real big questions. So that's pretty much all we got for this Wednesday. I'm really looking forward to hanging out with you guys again tomorrow. Man, 2 characters in 1 week. Man, keeping us busy and making us eat good in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I'll catch you tomorrow. We're going to open up with some Grand Arena so long as Gary doesn't have internet problems. But time will tell what this is going to look like tomorrow. The Knights is going to rise up from the depths of the graves of Dathomir. Or are they just going to be meh? I'm going to say something a little bit bold. I kind of said this the other day. I said when I was playing a Trench, I was like, huh, you know, this might be controversial. I think Zori Bliss is a lot more impactful than Admiral Trench is, at least in just all aspects of the game. There might be a good chance that Marin, Gary, you already put the screen up, didn't you? Okay, get the heck out of here. I have a feeling Marin might be more impressive than Admiral Trench. All right, time will tell. I'm hoping maybe Trench gets better with possible fixes and also maybe Grand Arena expansion. I want Trench to be a little bit more enjoyable. Definitely one a little bit more lackluster. I don't think it's as bad as Boba, though, and when Boba first came out. Nonetheless, leave that like, comment down below, subscribe. Hope to see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you guys are saying with me how it's great to be in the Empire today. It's great to be in the Empire today. The sun never sets.